Okay, now we're going to start down some single track. Gotta be kind of careful today because it's so slippery because of the obvious snow and ice on the trail. There are only a couple of super tight switchbacks going down, so I should be able to roll it all. Sometimes I find going downhill in the snow much more difficult than going up. It's kind of interesting. You can control your speed a little easier going up. Going down, if you end up having to brake hard or anything, you just brake loose and you don't necessarily slow down. So it's a little trickier. We'll have a lot of these wet posts across the trail too. They do that for drainage control, to direct water off the trail when it rains hard, so it doesn't just wash out the trail. But these logs that they put across can get pretty slippery in these conditions. Very fun trail though. We'll have to try this one during the week when there are fewer people on it. It's just so crowded today. I know before we get down we're going to run into a ton of people. Just kind of slowly picking my way through the rocks here. I'm not going to try to set any records going downhill here in the snow. Just going to be slow and controlled today. Oh, I hit a pedal there, man. A lot of big rocks sticking up. Oh, another one. Man, I gotta watch my pedal strikes here. I do find that the ground clearance on this bike is about an inch lower than my Ranger, so I get used to the clearance I've got for my cranks on the Ranger, and I sometimes don't allow enough room on this particular bike, so I can often hit my cranks in places that I normally wouldn't. There are a few little rock fields like that going down here. In general, it's a real rocky trail. It doesn't show up quite as much. Here in the snow, it's actually smoothed it out a bit, but you still got the big rocks sticking up through. What you really got to watch out for, I'll stop here and show you these kind of roots here when the ground's wet. Man, are those slippery. So definitely something to watch for. Those will wash your front wheel right out and crash you. I'm hoping to get over into Utah and do a whole bunch of riding around the Moab area coming up here in the next few months. It's a good place to ride in the wintertime because the winters aren't quite as extreme. They're in a little bit warmer climate, and there's just so much great riding over there. It's so much fun. It's just, if you haven't been there, you definitely got to try it. Hey, thank you. So people are real nice for the most part. Sometimes you find people that don't want to take a step out of the way just to make room for you. But for the most part, people are happy to just step off to the side of the trail and let you roll by. As long as you don't come up on them too fast. If you're gonna, those guys that just haul ass down these trails and ride on the, in a real dangerous way. A lot of those guys, and rightly so, the hikers won't get out of the way of. Just be respectful, share the trails. So hello. Thank you. Hey, thank you. Hey, buddy. Okay. Thank you. Hello. This snow is right at that melting point where it starts to get really slippery on top. So far I haven't had any front wheel washouts. Everything's sticking just fine. But it's something you definitely got to watch out for. What a cool area though. This is really a fun ride up here. These kind of trails and these kind of rides are why I have a fat tire mountain bike. I mean, even if it wasn't an e-bike, just to have a fat tire bike to ride in the winter is awesome. They're just so much fun. You get out on things that you'd really be struggling with a normal bike. Hello. Hey, thank you.
Have fun.
Thanks.